Welcome to the Whiskey Vault.
I'm Rex.
I'm Daniel.
He's a level 3 whiskey sommelier.
He's a master mooch.
Daniel, I'm on the hunt for something. I'm on the hunt for the world's most invisible whiskey.
Oh, you're in luck.
Really?
I've got the whiskey for you.
Let's do it.
This has been requested a few times, but this is a Total Wine sourced product.
I don't know what that means.
Well, what I mean is that in your area, if you can get, and I think it's pronounced Shieldaig, if you're getting the Gaelic right.
It's Shieldaig.
Yeah, Shieldaig.
Shieldaig.
Or Shieldaig.
Shieldaig.
If you can get this, it's probably going to be at a Total Wine near you. I don't know if they have contracts with others, but in our area, you can only get this at Total Wine.
At the edge of my seat. This is just...
So here's what this is. It turns out it's a mystery bottle. You ever have when you're a kid where you could pay $5 and get a mystery brown bag of things? Sometimes it had cool toys and sometimes it
like
turned out to be like erasers and pencils and things like that.
Syringes and stuff.
Yeah. Sort of like that, yeah, totally. This is one of those. So, Shieldaig is not a location or a distiller, though the name of a company. I think this is actually being done by Ian McLeod.
That is...
it's William Maxwell and Co., which is now also known as Ian McLeod.
It's not a faint smell.
Distillers.
Sweet.
So what they do is they buy overproduction barrels from other distilleries and bottle it as their own.
Not smoky.
Yeah. They call this one a Speyside. It's the 18. I would buy it. As far as like, I would buy that it's a Speyside. Here's one of the other reasons that people have this. It's super cheap.
Okay.
It's like in the 30 or under range.
So is it...
For an 18-year-old
Is it a bunch
malt.
of leavings from a distillery?
No, they're not mixing them together. It's a single malt, right?
Okay.
So it's one distillery.
Huh.
But it's what they didn't need for their own purposes.
So the leavings.
Yeah.
This is the
It's like the trimmings.
the refuse.
But that could be good stuff. There was a steakhouse.
It's like the things you make hot dogs out of. This is the whiskey version of that. Just the leftover stuff. Right?
Yeah. Here's the thing, there's just nothing happening.
I was being mean. I haven't tasted it.
Well, I tasted it. There's just nothing happening in this glass.
Yeah.
It may be more boring than the budget blended Dewar'S White-Label I have over here.
So, sweet candy apple one note.
Wow, that's depressing.
Sweet candy apple one note. But, if somebody wants something that's really
Friendly.
simple.
I'm gonna pour Dewar'S White-Label.
Really
and see
simple, really friendly.
how does it stand up.
Not particularly interesting.
Oh, much better.
Really? Now, Dewar's is one that's often used.
Oh, dude.
No, that's the one that is the most popular something.
Well, one of, yeah. Dude, Dewar'S White-Label.
Well,
So good. Compared to this, it just went up 50%. In interesting.
42.
43 and a half. I will accept no counter offers. So I lived 50 yards from an extremely fancy steakhouse when I lived in Shell Beach, California.
Are you talking about trimmings again?
Yeah. Now here's the thing. There was a little known secret with the locals that if you go to the bar, and it's this old steakhouse that's been there for 50 years and it's sort of like an old Western ranch house looking place and big leather and animal heads and shit. So you go in there and you could go to the bar, and at the bar they had a meal called steak bites. And it came with their onion rings, which were amazing, and in a little basket. And what it was when the chef came and got like the highest quality of meat cut in the Central Coast you could get at a restaurant, and he trimmed it down to make the meat look attractive.
Yeah.
They took all those pieces and they would grill them up as little chunks. And so you got like freakishly high quality steak for $6.99 at the bar in little bites. And it was just, I mean, a real steak there cost like $40. You can get steak bites for under $8 with tax, and you would eat like a king. And so just because it's the trimmings doesn't always mean it's bad.
Well, and again, bad isn't the word.
Yeah.
And I think we're spoiled.
Yeah.
For us, this is just really...
That was one of the most boring whiskeys I've ever sampled.
Yeah, but it's not a bad, hard to drink whiskey.
I'm living with the Dewar'S White-Label.
Fine. It's just so sweet and simple, candy apple friendly.
Yeah, if you want a gateway whiskey, that might be like if you're gateway hard liquor.
Right.
That might be the one.
It's like a whiskey with training wheels.
I would have to write that down on their description list.
So you've been down here to Australia. This is Andrew Cuff. You've been down here to Australia, Rex. Hopefully you get to try a Tim Tam.
Oh!
Possibly the tastiest chocolate biscuit in the world.
Andrew, guess what I brought? This is for you, my friend. Rex gets to try a Tim Tam, and I will tell you, they are pretty magical.
All right, so for comparison, let's look at the reference material.
Not the same. No.
That looks like a biscuit to me.
Hey Rex, what does that description say under Tim Tam? Would you do me a favor and read that out loud?
It says, actually the translation for kilt.
Translation for kilt is skirt.
Is skirt in American. And
well, it says right here, irresistible chocolatey happiness in a biscuit.
So
and then down here in the product category, biscuit.
Yeah, you have to go to the other side.
I win.
You gotta go to the other side of the planet. You're in God's country here, boy.
Try it and just see if you think it's good though.
It smells nice.
Come on.
What's the difference between an Australian wedding and an Australian funeral? There's one less drunk in an Australian funeral.
Jeremy would like that joke.
What's the difference between yogurt and Australia? Yogurt has some culture.
Sorry, Andrew. I think I brought this on you. I didn't mean to.
Yeah.
That's tasty.
Tastes like a very nice cookie.
Now with tea.
A delightful cookie.
Or whiskey. Let's see what it tastes like with whiskey.
You covered a cookie in chocolate. Well done.
I can't talk because I'm just enjoying that
You know
biscuit.
what? The chocolate absolutely overwhelms any of the flavors in the Shieldaig.
Shadak.
Go back to the Shieldaig. It's not there.
It's really not there. It just tastes like alcohol. It tastes like you're just washing it down with a slightly alcoholic something.
Daniel Mullen, just found channel. Awesome.
Yeah, I'm glad you're here.
You guys should add some slow motion mooching shots. Thing is, I gotta move pretty quick to get stuff by him. Like right now, for example.
Well, that's why you can make it in slow-mo so that you could...
But he's not trying to defend this. He doesn't.
Nah, it's because I don't want
He doesn't
that.
like that.
I'm enjoying the Dewar'S White-Label now.
I think it's gonna throw off.
Here, try some Dewar'S White-Label.
It's gonna really throw off the palate.
Even with the Tim Tam.
Thew Gaming. I think that's what it says.
Oh, that Dewar's. That's solid compared to that Shieldaig.
I had an Irish Jameson when I went out to eat. I just turned 21, and the guy looked at me
congratulations.
weird and asked for my ID. I showed him, no problem. Said, "What up, bro?"
What up? I'm 21. Biatch.
Bro. He brought it out. Later, I swear it was watered down.
Oh, okay, so...
What a... Did not spell hard alcoholic like you said. I wasn't smooth, but watery.
Yeah.
I'd like to try it again, and hopefully that's just how it was because everyone praises it, and my first experience of it was
So
very sad.
Okay, so here's the thing. I've had this experience specifically with Jameson
Hey, remember that monkey you were talking
multiple
about?
times. Oh, God. You just held on to that biscuit too long.
Remember that monkey?
Oh, yeah. Oh, no. Oh.
Remember?
All right.
You want to tell that story? You want to tell that story?
No, I'm not telling that story. Just a little tickle. All right, so you lost my train of thought. Oh, okay. So I was actually having this discussion with my wife a little while back because I went to a restaurant that does not have a fantastic bar. It was a chain restaurant, and I'm like, I just want a whiskey right now, for the love of God. What do you have? And they're like, oh, I don't know what whiskeys we have. I'm like, okay, forget it. Do you have Jameson? Because that's an easy one.
Yeah.
Like, what's that? I'm like, just go ask the bartender if you have Jameson. They come back with a gigantic glass, like the size of two-handed glass, with a tiny little pour of whiskey in the bottom. Like, here's your Jameson. I took a sip. It tasted like water, and it tasted slightly soapy.
You think it'd just been sitting in an empty bottle?
I think it had sat with one of those pour spouts instead of being sealed. And because people didn't order it enough, it sat there for forever and just evaporated and evaporated and evaporated. And I find that happens a lot.
That's unfortunate.
If you go to chains and restaurants where they don't teach good care of alcohol bottles, is that if you find an alcohol that they're pouring all the time, like a tequila or a vodka, you'll be fine. But if you ask for something that most customers don't request, you may end up with a really shitty beverage because it's been sitting there open for months at a time.
Triple sucks if it's something that's rare and expensive and they haven't been taking care of it.
Yes. And last week, I went to a local restaurant I will not name. I ordered a whiskey. I took it as an Irish whiskey. I ordered it. It tasted like cinnamon. And I mean like cinnamon flavoring.
Yeah.
I was so annoyed. I went straight to the bar, found the guy and said, "What pour spout did you take to put in that whiskey before you poured it for me?" And he sort of looked a little ashamed and was like, "Yeah, I took the spout from the Fireball."
What?
He straight up took a pour spout out of a Fireball, put it in a Jameson, and then poured me a Jameson. And so I got this Jameson that tasted like cinnamon. And that for some reason, if you go to the establishments, they're gonna think that this kind of bullshit is just fine. So it may not have been you.
So, quick comparison, then we're going to wrap up. The Dewar's is a fairly simple whiskey in and of itself.
But it has a little more smoke. I think they added some Isla into the Dewar's. We talked about this when we did it originally, because remember we did Dewar's. Mm-hmm. And I remember saying, I think it had some Isla. It's got over 40 whiskeys in it.
Now, I think this could be a more, still entry level.
Yeah, but
there's more going on.
Yeah, this is right there with like Black Bottle or...
Dewar's White-Label.
Yeah, Dewar's White-Label is good.
Yeah,
I'm a fan.
It's less smoke than Black Bottle, but...
Yeah, don't pour it on ice. It'll vanish on ice. But yeah, anyway. All right, happy Friday. Here's to fighting, stealing, and drinking.
If you fight...
All we have to do is trade once and you forget your line.
May you fight with Daniel.
Yeah. If you steal, may you steal all of Rex's whiskey.
And if you drink,
may you drink with us.
Hey, thanks for hanging out with us in the Whiskey Vault. Don't forget to throw in a like, hit that subscribe button on the bottom right, and drop a question or comment down below.